So, with this mission, I'm going to give you guys the password. Right now, you can start jumping in. You're going to spawn in a building. There's going to be 2 limited arsenals there. You have a very small selection, so you're all going to look the same, have the same PID. Enemies are mainly going to be Finnish. There's might be a few Russians too here, so keep that in mind. They do have really nasty body armor for the types of weaponry you're using. So I balanced it out to you can down them in the chest rig anywhere from 4 to 8 shots. If you hit them in the arms or legs, you can get them in 4 to 5. But if you hit them in the head, it's 1 to 2. So aim for the head, guys, today. I'm not throwing platoons at you. It's going to be actually pretty well spaced out. So please utilize your tactics to the best of your ability. That also being said, if you're not one of those people that like to play the small, sneak around and open world style thing and, strike opportunistically, this is not the op for you then. So if you like to kill platoons of people in your T3 ops, don't play this one. That being said, you will be able to take anywhere from 3 to 5 of their bullets to your torso. I didn't test the arms or legs, but it's going to probably be the same number, if not a little less. And you don't have helmets, so keep yourselves safe as best you can, because you're, well, you'll read about it when you get in. Otherwise, I will be on 5-0 if you need me. I won't be physically at the staging point. Your tasks are listed in the tasks section on map, and the briefing has everything that you need to know. And once you all get formed up, you can move out on whatever. You can do anything in any particular order, but if you read into things, you might find that if you do objective A first, it might be better because it'll help you on objectives B, C, D, E, and F. There are 7 different things you can do in this mission. On a final note, this is a 1 life thing. You're all set to medics. And why am I blanking? If you go the entire op before you guys decide to index, you can go to the staging point. I'll probably be there by the time you're finishing up because in-game I'm supposed to be out on an errand meeting somebody. But I will copy and paste your character into an AI with just Control-Shift-C, Control-Shift-V, and I will then say you can leave, and I'm going to basically export your loadout through ACE, and then I'm going to make it into a slot similar to how Makarov did his slots for the PMC stuff. That way, when you join in next week and you come back, you can then take your slot and have your same kit. And this is also going to help me for things like, if people don't repack their mags or people try to sneak stuff from the arsenal. Not that I don't trust you guys, but this is a system I'm testing for another campaign where I'm going to probably have, T0s in it too. So it's just trying to foolproof it, teething with you guys. Otherwise, things should be all right. Let me start getting you guys in.
I have one question.
Yes.
Can you bully Nemia for being Swedish now?
Wow. No, you may not.
I'm sorry, Nemia.
No, it's fine. Nimia has
I don't
joined
remember the
land
password.
of gay.
Ooh.
Are you also?
I've been in the fucking land of gay for a long time, my friend.
Wait, Nemia, you're in Sweden, or are you just using a VPN?
No, I live here now.
She moved there, silly.
Interesting. I didn't.
Yeah, I moved here on Wednesday.
Nice.
Okay, I didn't hear anything against it, so I'm being allowed. Okay.
Also, you now have a drunk Finn. Sorry.
Welcome, shall we?
Oh, good.
Oh, and if you're gonna stream, please give me your Twitch thing. Bad Wolf, I already cleared it. Nope, I clear it because I don't know if you're not gonna play the next stop. Because I did have in the past, I would leave them on and they would leave and they wouldn't tell me. So it's better if I just clear it. So just give me it again.
Surprised you don't have mine memorized at this point.
The only ones I have are Drumhellers, aka Just Straight 1-4, because I was a fanboy of him for a while. I love how he said yep before I even finished that statement. Fuck that.
The truth.
It hurts.
I've been following you long enough. I'm well aware.
I'm gonna give you my link there as opposed to a video that I sent last time.
Yeah, that was you linked your entire VOD on something. I'm like, why? Like, what am I doing with this? I thought you were trying to show me something funny, and I watched it. I'm like, what is this?
No, I was sitting there. I'm like, here's the link and everything, and oh well, crap. I can't do it the easy
Hold
way.
on, one
I
more
was
quick
hoping
thing I
just
need to
to
say.
send you.
In the future, I'll have triggers go off when you like complete the actual objective for most of them. I can't do it for all based on what some of the things you're doing are. For whatever reason, when I was testing this, they broke, even though they had no reason to break, because when I do it for different communities I'm working on where they purely do mission file stuff because they're weird, they work fine. So fuck me. Just
I think it's something with our server.
yeah.
Oh
I've
boy,
been busy.
Arma. Where will you be when T-4 strikes?
Yeah, right.
Here.
I'm still stuck in loading screen with
Same.
absolutely nothing. Help me, great.
Hey, I'm happy. I'm helping
we're good.
helping my home country be
Liberated.
Well,
But yeah,
Fix the
Liberated?
first slide.
there's a lot of text in the tasks
Nemesis, stop it,
and
I can't stick in one slot.
briefing, so hope you
I'm
enjoy
sorry,
it.
I
I
have
spent
a-
2 hours
wow.
storyboarding this bitch.
nice. I'm sorry. I'm a drunk Finn. I cannot take command.
Actually, whoa, no. If we're talking about command, Undead has to take command. He's the new T3.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, yep.
Tradition. I just threw Undead under the bus. Undead's one of our new T3s. I still have to get through the second half of rotation inquiries and meetings, so we got that to go with. But anyway, let's address some of the things from above here, because I know we had a few things. So, Jacob, I have over 10,000 hours clocked in this game. If I were to actually go check the Steam number, it's 11,422. I've been doing this for 4 years. It's kind of it's not really my job, but I spend enough time for it to be a job with streaming and shit. Does TSB permit multi-unit members? Yes. If you are part of another unit, I don't care, because I personally, since I play in like 6 active units right now, let's see. 506, TSB, TMTM, BIA, 700th. Yeah, I play in 5 units right now actively, so I hate dual clanning regulations where if you're in this group you can't play in another group, blah blah. I think that's stupid. I think that rule should burn, because if people are responsible enough to play a rated M video game, as they should be, they can handle being in multiple groups as long as they do proper time management skills, which has taken me a few years to master, admittedly. And then Ark gave Jacob a sub. Nice, Jacob. Ark, I hope you both keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a kick out of this one. Hope you're staying safe among COVID-19. Funny enough, this scenario is a look of 2 years from now, what the world might be. It's a grim image. Disclaimer, I'm not trying to make any sort of political statement with this. I just thought, what if we run into something where, the world is unable to stop Russia from annexing an entire country. How can I make a cool scenario out of that? And I've literally blocked out the map, and they're going to have to, kind of explore here. So I am off in a corner meeting with a contact to, see what we can do for this country, and we have a very limited amount of gear that they're going to take and utilize. I don't know how these guys are still spawning with their uniforms. I deleted them, but I guess you're not allowed to spawn naked, so that's funny. Because I used NATO units as a base rig for that.
Send in goat teams.
So now let me catch up with chat. Moon, what do you mean by chat members will be playing? Oh, so for those of you that are just coming in while we were doing debrief, we were in between 2 operations. So, we had to debrief that one and then debrief. We're going to debrief this one too, but it's going to be a bit shorter. The reason we had to debrief the last one especially, and I muted my microphone, was because there were a lot of mistakes made that we definitely needed to address. And it's very important to do your debriefs, because it is one of the best ways you can get feedback, not as just a Zeus, but a mission maker can, or excuse me, a Zeus and a mission faker, I use them, mission maker, I use them, interchangeably now. A ground commander can get feedback, or a, whatchamacallit, squad leader, ground command, any one of those types of people can get feedback for their mission, for their performance in that mission, excuse me, and you know, keep going accordingly. I'm still tired. That's why I'm blanking the heck out.
On the way.
So I'm just setting up some patrols here. Taking away some AT here and there, and then I have to set up some intel because I'm trying to self-teach myself about triggers.
Solid copy. Solid copy. Understood. Roger. On the way.
And my learning process is slow. I know how to do patrols and mission miles, but I ran out of time. I worked on this all night.
Roger. Copy. Roger. Solid copy. On the way. On the way. On the way. Wilco. On the way. On the way.
There we go. So I'm just trying to set those up. I gotta set up a few more patrols here. And Winter, given a random sub, and it landed on Frog is the word. Thank you so much to you both. I hope you both I'm getting tongue-tied again. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you got a kick out of this. Stone, how are you doing, my man? I hope you are doing A-okay. As always, my man. But I hope that hard work you got to take care of is taken care of. And I just heard a really weird noise. Any of you on that yet? Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Yes.
All right. If you need any clarifications, let me know. Otherwise, give it another 4 minutes so we can start on op time, and then you're free to move out.
Wilco. On the way. Copy. Wilco. Copy. Roger.
So when I figure out what missions they're going to do, I'll go into the map and try to give you guys a little brief as things go on. And then I'm going to set up some small time patrols.
On the way. Copy. Roger. On the way. On the way. Roger. On the way. On the way. On the way. Copy that. On the way. Roger. Understood. Copy that. On the way. On the way. Copy that. On the way. On the way. On the way. Copy that.
And then I gotta do some serious garrison work for the dock raid, because that's the biggest mission that they could possibly do today. It's one that they don't even have to do today. By the way, one last thing I'll say, some objectives that you don't do in 1 week may disappear the next week, so if it's something like rescue a group of people, they might not be there the same week, but if you are going to hold off on something like raiding a specific position for supplies or whatnot, that is probably going to carry over unless you have intel saying that whatever you're going for is going to be moved the next week. I'll be very specific on these things, okay? I hope they copied. Anyone copy that?
Yeah, we got it.
Thank you. So yeah, dock raid. I've got a few boxes of stuff.
Hello?
That has their helmets though. I know. I missed a Stratus map. That's okay. I know a way to check it. I just didn't check for them this time around. I used a ZEI to do some fill in the gap work for this stuff. Which is funny, because this is a Tanoan barracks, which is why you, see that, stuff right there. I'm only going to garrison the stuff that, actually has usable items in them. And then everything else I can delete, and I'll set up a patrol or two, and then let me also quickly get one of their Vics. What do I want to use? This is also all field research. Some of this will tie into missions later, some of it is simply for my own reference. Here, I should have a rifleman without the AT. Let me get 2 of those guys. Why?
Why not?
Skelly managed to arrest everybody.
Your zip tie settings are set so you can, when I have a gun out, you can zip tie and
Yeah,
it deletes very
I
nicely.
know. It's so when you guys go AFK without surrendering, you can still pick them up because you people are too lazy to do that. Okay, well, you guys are free to move out whenever, I guess. I'm so proud of you.
We can't move.
Ladies and gentlemen, my my T3s, my best of the best. They really love showing how good they are at this game. I got nothing else to say. And I'm proud is not the word I would use. Begins with a D and rhymes with is appointed. But you know, we'll get there when we get there.
Solid copy.
Stage guards and staging point.
Understood.
We check on the boats. Yeah?
Copy. Understood.
And then 1 internal sentry.
Wilco. On the way. On the way. Copy that.
Okay. They're all yelling to rearm because I gave them a low amount of ammo. Fun fact,
Let's do boats
I had it so
before
the Russian
Guerrilla
military
boats,
kind
and
of
we'll work
demilitarize these guys a bit, so they only get 10-round magazines. That's also to kind of prevent the players from picking up enemy guns. You know, there's a trade-off to it. But let's have a look at everything here. So we're gonna go over the tasks. First task, easy enough. Check on their boats. It's their ingress vehicles. It's what they're probably going to be using to complete a good amount of these objectives. Second mission, find an informant. The informant is being detained right now because we'll see in the find vehicle why. But he'll have information that'll help reveal parts of the map for more missions, and he might also have intel on specific parts of, you know, where the vehicle is, where the mine cache is, and where that cache is. So finding the informant should be always one of their biggest priorities if they get anything. Search abandoned rebel base. I say in the plot this is where we were supposed to go in the beginning, but I couldn't get in contact with them, me being my character in-game. So instead we came over here and made landfall. So there'll be some Finnish guys there. They'll fight through. I'll put some intel down, but say it's encoded, and put a little note in there to say I'll decode it when I get back, aka next stop. That's going to lead to a Guerrilla detainment thing up there. I thought about including it here, but I'm like, nah, I'll shoehorn the Guerrilla base in first. Find vehicle. This will get them a truck. That vehicle is, I believe, in here, but they have to search that entire area where there's a Finnish patrol going around, that second large patrol going around that bigger area. But again, if they get the informant will give them, a clue on where that Vic might be. Find rumored cache. This, what's in the cache are some extra throwables for seeing at night, so like chem lights, and there's a few other things that I put in there that I honestly forget what I put in, as well as scoped Mosins with the accordant ammo. It's in some reads over here. That's something that, maybe the informant knows more. He'll know where it is, but otherwise they have to search that island. They got to be careful, though, because there is an outpost right here watching the docks come in, and the informant will tell them about that. I'll remote control and talk to him. Raid Finnish docks. There's multiple things up here. There's helmets we saw over there. There's SKS rifles. There are Panzerfausts, and there is a cord gun right here. And I might change the loot I do put in there weekly, depending on my mood. I might add some. I might detract some. Whatever happens, happens. And then there's a mine cache over here. It's specifically in that building, but again, big patrol going on. It's so that they might want to mine the MSR because that's the QRF I'm going to be bringing in for this. So again, a lot of tasks today. There's a good number of them, so we'll see how things go. I didn't think they would all fit in one boat, so I spawned a second. And they can, sneak it through this little harbor accordingly. I originally thought, yeah, this is really cool, but then I thought, how are they going to turn the boat around from that position? So instead I just put them right there. Well, SKSs I put in the
Can't see anything with binocs from here.
Whatchamacallit? Well, we had SKSs as the primary battle rifle in the Project 11 campaign for a while before they got the AK upgrade from Project AR.
There's like a shed on the water. I'm not sure.
Sergeant Fluffer's the new White Death, yeah, right?
It's probably in those.
But maybe if the triggers are for some reason working, if any of them get like on the docks here or next to the boat, it'll play off. But I doubt that'll.
I am
actually
yellow
happen.
chaining the entire time. Anybody else yellow chaining? Seems like a you issue. Nope.
Outcast's internet is struggling. That is not good to hear. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport myself over here. And while we wait for them to come over, we'll go ahead and read the briefing. So situation. So this is my excuse to use FIA forces from Vanilla. Finnish Independence Alliance, because the F, I know, right, I'm so stupid. But, that's going to make it easier for me to make the rebels. So they're trying to find anything on the rebels right now. That's why I've quote-unquote gone away to find them. General rules, everything's listed, so limited arsenals, vehicles, I can lock them and prevent them from stealing them because a vehicle, especially a military one, if they steal early on, is, like, incredibly hard for me to counterbalance. And I'm trying to make vehicles a bit of a luxury here. That's because I forgot to mention, in the car objective that's here, it does state in there that the Russians took all the civilian vehicles to scrap them for resources. So that's why Vics are rare. That's why the informant's actually being detained, is because he has a vehicle next to him, and I think he's, like, around there or something. So, trying to tie it all in together. But they're all set to medics. But if they want to do vehicle repairs, there'll be missions to help them get that stuff. And then placed items that I see, especially mines, I'll roll over in the Eden editor. 1 life per mission. Tasks have specific instructions, because, if they read and say, hey, maybe the informant knows something, they might want to do the informant quest first to help them out. Custom loadout save system in place, aka I'll copy-paste their loadouts, export those loadouts at the end of the mission, and then make it into a playable unit the next day. And I'll be on 50 if they have any issues. So enemy forces, I do a lot about the Finnish force, and I kind of be a bit ominous on the Russian force. Something I forgot to add in here, though, is Russian vehicles have C-tab, so Russians are able to see where the vehicles go.
A bit more, I'm actually going to take blue and go get us secure the ground vehicle. Alright.
and they're gonna break off in 2 different groups.
Because the informant
Friendly
should be able to give us
forces,
the
I'll be
exact location
updating
of the island, so we don't have to
this
search
as
it all
they
day.
get more intel on them. Mission notes, I'll be
Okay.
keeping track of this, changing it as the missions go by. I might
Which
roll
boat
over a few
is,
days as
on
things
this
happen.
going to?
And then this
Ruffle.
is a little write-up to kind of put this in the scope of things. Basically, I'm putting this post-coronavirus by a few years. And they're naming their boats. But basically, I'm putting this 2 years after Corona, and we have all the civil unrest stuff going on right now, so I kind of made this scenario with all that in mind. And I'll, if you, for the sake of this VOD, if you want to read it, I'll keep it, you can pause it on the VOD and read it. I figured they might get a kick out of that. So again, a lot of stuff went into this one, and I'm excited to see how they enjoy it. One real quick thing I want to do too is I want to put one of the MD500s up just as a general scout vehicle. So this is the only camo pattern I have for it. I'll see if I have some more that eluded me in the mission. But yeah, no, it's I'm limited in that regard.
Wilco, copy that. On the way.
I'm gonna literally have it circle from the airbase. And then as I, if they really hit the fan, say I don't want to use Russian stay, but I will fly in some 24s and look around, make them go away and stuff. So one last thing I want to do is write up the intel for the Guerrilla base position. And it still has the previous op on it, I love it. Let's see, what do I have here? Do I just have a file research? I could also get a leaflet instead and put that down. Let's do that instead. Yeah, no, we don't want to do any intel like that, but I will use that. So pick up intel has... How do I want to word this? Because I'm also trying to look up triggers on how to make intel and mission. So what do I want to put here? Appears to be written in some sort of symbol, sim that we can't identify. Perhaps this to after he eats. And this is to start a process here. So one thing we were doing before we did this were a lot of one-off missions with the T-3s to kind of get, other people playing. And there will be missions in this campaign where instead of the Tier 3s doing stuff, it might be one of, it might be, Tier 2s and other groups working with them. And you all just ungarrisoned because, right, I forgot about that with synchronized. All right, so this is a cool trick I learned from something while I was making mission files for a group called BIA. There's a specific module you can put down that synchronizes the AI, but you can break them out of a garrison pre-made in mission file by remote controlling the lead unit or any of the individual units if you want them to run freely. So, just something I picked up. I completely forgot about it, though, because it's still something I, just learned, so. All that fun stuff. But, for example, one of the missions, if you noticed, back up here, I have a T-55 down. Allegedly, there are 8 T-55s under service in Finland for demining operations. So one of the arcs for this campaign is going to be the guerrillas are going to try to find and actually use the T-55s against a large Russian base, which is marked on the map, but it's all blacked out, so you can't see it. So
Undead, this is blue, comms check.
that'll be an arc. Oh, they're way out of range. If they're being broken up here, I gave them the RFs, which are only good for up to like a click. So again, just one of the, I have 4 different arcs, both that are going to be Guerrilla and for the PMCs themselves, and there's going to be another faction that comes in later. And then I might write in some more stuff. Yeah, right, Interstellar. Well, so how I have it written, Valathan, is OPEC falls apart because Corona. But I just call it the virus. So, ooh, this is interesting. The helicopter's coming by. But they just find something in Finland. Because I know Sweden had, some massive reserves of oil and stuff, and we can, just say Finland found something too. But it was just poorly timed, and Russia kind of went for it, Because I also was told a while ago, actually no, within the last week that, like 2 weeks after the Finlands gave Swedes their independence or something, the Swedish found oil. So they were kind of kicking themselves in the butt for that. So I just gave Finland more bad luck regarding if, I think they might have noticed the bad guys over there. But, just Finland more bad luck. Within weeks of discovering oil in their own place, they get invaded by Russia. Is the commissar going to paint be Sergeant Fluffers? It might be. I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes. Again, I have a lot of things on my to-do list. Example 1, Liru's Golden Rule. First one came out today. I'm 1/3 of the way writing that script. So, I gotta finish those out, because in the script I made available for my Patreon, what was it? So I'm blanking because I'm also thinking, alright, what am I gonna do about this? Now these guys kind of break off and circle around.
Welcome. On the way.
If they shoot at them, they'll wave off. But afterwards, I'll put in some QRF. So there's a scroll wheel option, they can push this back.
Roger.
So I'm trying to have them circle around closer again. Yeah, so I have them on Careless Hold Fire. Green 4 set to allied with red 4, but hostile to blue 4. Why are you not letting me go down? Watch this. So these guys are then, so every squad has a radio guy. So these guys are right here. We're now going to send them to go follow that smoke. It would continue, but see, this now streaks over to then follow them to help them find the position of the boat. So I didn't sleep last night because I was coming up with creative ways of how do I come up with strategies for a demilitarized faction that if the player base were to commandeer, they wouldn't do anything. So I'm going to have this thing come over, we're going to attach another smoke grenade, and I'll have them go. So we're going to just do another run, and it's going to PID that, you know, this group is trying to get this squad to come over and see that. So that's one of the crazy things I came up with. But it makes sense. You have the co-pilot pop a smoke grenade. They can, you know, open a window or do something silly, because it is a little bird after all, and they just, you know, follow the smoke trail. I've never seen any Zeus do that before. And I thought, you know, that would be cool. Because originally I was thinking, you know, some pilots and ops, they sometimes spam their flare button to get people's attention. What if they do that instead? So I'm going to ready these guys over. They're going to call for a clarification of where it was. So he's going to come over and fly it in for him. No, golden rule is my Zeus morals. And what I would recommend every Zeus and mission maker consider when making ops. Not follow. Everyone has their own morals. That's life. But, you know, just some advice from a guy that's been doing this for a hot second. I just got to make sure I don't accidentally attach the helicopter to that tool, because otherwise it's going to be awkward. So they might lose a boat here. See, you got the smoke, and look, these guys, they're going to see that smoke up in the sky, and the little bird's leading them right towards it. Accidentally popped thermite, yeah. Well, I don't think they'd be carrying thermite, so... Let's see if they pick up on it, though. I don't think they even hear the chopper right now. And we also have to be mindful that that other squad is maneuvering around, too. So what I'm going to do, actually, is I'll have them steal the boat and just drive it around and then remove it from play. Because I can move it up here, and then we can say, you know, it gets towed or something. Or better yet, I could have an Mi-24 come in and tow it off, and then I can send that squad back. So yeah, better yet, let's get the Mi-24 to come in. Because the Russians would be on top of the Finnish comms. So it's like, oh, you found a boat? That's weird. Well, you know, Russians are taking all the vehicles, so why not have Russia take all the vehicles? What might scare them, though, is that, you know, that thing comes in. The Russians don't care about the Finnish. Similar to, you know, if Sniper Wolf would be doing a, when we would do the Durka Durka campaign with Sniper Wolf, he made it explicitly clear that, you know, U.S. did not care about the, local defense force. So if the local defense force had a problem, the, you know, controlling group, the U.S. in that case, wouldn't really do anything until their own guys were attacked. So as long as they don't start shooting at the Mi-24, the Mi-24 just wants that. So they're too far enough away for me to, I don't need to do the smoke thing. That's just kind of for their own benefit. Also for me to show off to you guys. But that 24 is about halfway there. Now, something I'll do to spook them is I'm going to put another squad along this MSR.
On the way. On the way. Roger. Copy. Copy that. Understood. On the way. On the way.
Just to kind of circle that area. But this is also going to show the relationship between the Russians and the Finnish. So what I'm actually going to do is, I am invisible. I want to teleport up and listen to them if they notice that 24.
MI-24 to the southwest.
Right on cue.
What? Hi, in southwest.
Oh, shit.
Get We're in the right open. Oh, no.
Time to leave.
Get to cover right now.
Barnes west, Barnes west.
Yeah, so they're running, but they don't care about the,
It's going to our
It's
boat.
heading over to the boat.
Okay, yeah, that chopper was definitely marked as enemy now.
so that was a
It's an enemy
civilian.
scout. Definitely an enemy scout vehicle.
Yeah, I'm gonna maneuver him a little over here, but I'm gonna basically disable the boat sim, move it up, and then pull it away.
Let's try to stay in some tree cover.
Patrol coming down the road. North. Unknown on faction.
They're headed away
They're
from
moving.
us.
They're heading it away from us. It's Finnish uniforms. Finnish uniforms. Definitely hostiles.
We should probably avoid contact then.
Yeah, avoid contact as long as possible. Definitely enemies. Those are Finnish uniforms and 05s. Also, let's use radios and go to West.
Behind coming this way, it's got a boat in tow.
They took our boat! Everybody, bolt it to cover. Bolt it to cover.
Get inside the building if you can.
Yep, so they noticed me. Steal the boat.
Just get air cover. Yeah, they took our boat.
HMS Dorset.
No, it's the faucet. Took faucet. Also, now we can swim. If they take it to that island, we can fucking swim there.
So, just real quick.
Oh no, he's taking it off map, I think.
I'm taking it off, Matt. Yeah, I'm taking it to my base.
Forward.
But, in the tasks, it says right here, with Russian takeover for the sake of all civilian VIX were taken to be scrapped for resources, however, some exist here and there. But they're rare. Also, I'll give them a little bit of lore when they save this guy of why that Vic got taken.
Clear, let's move up.
But yeah, I love that they... I love it when the little
that petrol
fruits of your
turn
labors
back
as a
into
Zeus or
orange.
Mission Maker are spotted by the players, because nothing's more heartbreaking when they miss it, and it just adds to the lore, again, because Russians want all the stuff for resources, so fresh boat. Klepto-Russians, right?
We moving on?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, stop, everybody, get behind the building. I see surrendered people and Finnish soldiers on the other side of this brown building.
Look, I'm not going to ask you again. Why do you have this car? I don't know, man. It's my... Oh, shit!
Fuck.
On the way.
I'm gonna see the suppression effects. Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me!
Okay, arresting soldiers.
Contact close in the building.
Did you guys move northwest?
We're at west. We're at west inside the buildings.
Okay. Coming.
More north 344.
I'm grabbing the surrendered.
Hi, yes, how are you?
No way to get out.
Get to me, buddy. Get to me. We're here to help you.
Okay.
You must always run.
We should win the firefight. Contacts out far.
Most of them are down.
Going to, back away.
One more traveling north to west behind the second set of houses.
Okay.
Who are you?
Judging from the looks of you, I'm supposed to talk to you.
Okay.
We just, had a mishap. The, The local military is under strict orders to take any and all civilian vehicles they find to give to the Russians so they can scrap them for resources.
Where are they scrapping?
I don't know where the Russians take them. They usually bring in a 24 and they tow them off. I don't think the guy interrogating me had a second to call on his radio for the 24 to come here, though, thankfully.
Oh, he doesn't know where the
Good
vehicles
name.
are.
On the way. On the way.
They're taking it for scrapping.
Contacts cleared.
I would say, though, they probably did call in this incursion, so what do you want to know?
Clear.
We should have Undead here asking the questions.
Undead, get your sorry ass in here.
Outside the building.
I'm gonna probably leave in a few minutes.
Talking to a guy.
I can hear him.
QRF likes to come down the MSRs.
Alright, so QRF wants to come on the MSR, which we need to definitely mine that then.
Okay, I'll just ask the first one because we're a bit. Where's the Guerrilla right now?
Guerrillas, their base got hit. I don't know where they got taken, though. You might find something at that position itself. It's a little dock position at 106044. That's all I know about that.
Yeah, I have an idea where he is. I'm going for him.
Anything else you want to know?
Anything about the vehicle in Erikkala?
Vehicle... Right, Liru said you might mention that. It's a truck, big truck that, you know, the flatback, you can fit a lot of people on it. It can take a lot of supplies, too. It's in, I believe he told me 124059, in a large, storage warehouse.
Sorry, say that again.
124058, no, 059, in a large storage building, should be around numpad 5.
I've marked it on the map.
I got it. Okay. What about the dock, the cache inside Bohemia Island?
That one, yes, Resistance cache, they stowed a few throwables, and I believe Mosin Nagants with PB scopes or something. They tried to bury it, in some reeds over at 176061 on the coast. The issue was, a day after they made it, Finnish forces put an overwatch point to the docks at about 169064, and they also patrol the island. It's meant to, ward off naval attacks because the guerrillas once tried to do something similar to a different dockyard, so they put safeguards in place, so I'd be careful. Anything else you need to know? I'm going to probably go in a minute now that the firefight has died down. Mine cache, you're gonna have to be specific. We have quite a few around. Do you have a town?
The one in Kirkonkylä.
Kirkonkylä. That is in an abandoned building at 131066 in a fenced-off compound. Blue building. There's a few AT mines there and some Bergen backpacks to plant them. I really gotta go now. Any last-minute questions?
The raid on the docks, any info for us about that area?
I would not know. They patrol that place fiercely. Guerrillas normally don't get recon close unless they mean to take it, but they always bring new supplies through every day. So sometimes, if you plan to take something specific, it might not be there the next time, but there might be other goodies.
Okay.
Right.
Alright, I gotta go.
So we need to know. We need to bail.
Yep, let's go.
Thank you
Oh,
very much, my man.
by the way, I heard the helicopter go by, and I happened to look behind me and see the boat. I was a bit in awe, and that's how they were able to get the drop on me. Be careful when you go around. I would recommend if you see any helicopter that isn't armed, just take some pot shots on it. The Finnish really don't want to fight. So if you give them a reason to run, they'll run. Yeah, walk with me. Walk with me. Yes, it's their MD500s. They have a few. They use them mainly for scouting waterways. Alright. Good luck, by the way. I'll let Liru know if I'm in the area that you guys are going to, and I might have some other intel.
Alright.
And now I drive off into the sunset. So the reason I'm saying Liru said is because I am a named character in this campaign. So this guy is an informant, and he is one of Liru's quote-unquote informants. That's part of the resistance that, you know, does recon and finds things and stuff. So I'm just driving away to, you know, find a spot where I can get out. Then it'll reattach to me. I can then put my radio back on 1 here.
I see still people looting. We need to move, like, right now.
We're coming, fucking hell!
And we can delete him.
As soon as we stop, I'm gonna get on 50 on the MR3000, see if the other group has gotten an MR3000 at all.
You wanna try using group chat, maybe?
Don't meta that hard. Liru is on this net, by the way. I don't know if he's near.
Guys, I'm a bit busy. I'm speaking with my contact. If you need something, make it quick. Otherwise, don't mention me.
The goat boy is listening.
I take offense to that.
I'm hurt. I'm immobilized.
South.
Southeast.
About a squad's worth.
Yeah, so now that they're losing a few squads, MI-24 is going to come back.
Once I go prone, I'm tossing smoke.
So, what Sniper Wolf has done for the T3s the past month is every Monday, and I've streamed a few of these,
First smoke out.
Yeah, so they're down to 2 when they're only down to a few. Trying to have them run.
Next group, move, we're set.
But it can be really hard to force the AI to do a retreat sometimes.
Last guys.
Let's keep moving.
That guy had a launcher.
Yeah, we're starting to look against left launchers. And they got MG here.
I need ammo.
MI-24 is now coming in because they've lost a few squads there. And these guys... Looking into here, I'm not sure if they've marked the right position.
Infantry factory can't take fucking medical, it's really annoying.
Yeah, I can't loot these guys at all.
Yeah, we can't loot the uniforms.
Okay, the way it works is you have to take off the stuff and put it on you, and then you can pull the items out.
You can't take their uniforms, good sir.
Well, that sucks.
Uniforms?
Medical.
Disabled.
Alright, I'll have to remake the kits. I know that if they're spawn mission file side, it takes that away.
Maybe
so
someone should ping him who should have been pinged.
best I can do about it is fix it for next time.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't even take smoke grenades from these guys. Nothing.
Well, we should be moving.
I'm already on the move, so...
You guys moving northeast?
East.
East, straight east. Yeah.
Mr. 24 is back.
Go on, that iron's coming.
We're on the open here. You guys want to hold?
That's our hind behind us looking at
We're about
us.
to have a bad time.
Yes, we are.
But we can whip shot to VT. If need be.
No. Let it go past. Just stick to cover.
I'm being nice, but if you're running around in the open, you're wrong, Nim. Come on. Don't make me have to shoot you.
Danger past. Let's move into the next tree line quick.
The limited arsenals have medical, yeah. So they should have brought plenty. So I don't know why looting medical is a big issue right now after their second firefight.
We got intel from the informant. If it's unarmed, we can try with pot shots and that'll scare them away and, you know...
No, that's armed.
Yeah,
this one is armed.
Definitely armed. It's got rocket pods and shit.
Yeah, the Finnish don't want to fight. Russians will.
Yeah, Russians will murder you guys. So I appreciate Skelly and Yanni doing that the right way.
Circling.
Alright, let's make distance.
It's circling back.
So these guys found the mine
I'm
cache.
assuming nobody here knows Morse code, because I'm just throwing Morse code through 50 on the MR3000.
Should probably write that down.
Coming over us again.
No, I'm the one throwing the Morse code over.
Oh, you're the one who's throwing it. Oh, never mind. I thought you were receiving it. Never mind.
No, I'm sending it.
Alright, the chopper is about to return again. Is everyone else in the northeastern forest? Because I got kind of pinned by the chopper.
Oh, why are you silly gooses running in the open? You should be sticking to the
it's coming
forest.
back
You
over
know
us
better.
again.
You know better. The trees. So I'm gonna shoot at these bodies because he's gonna think he sees something.
Stopping over the field and heading east.
I'm gonna hold on my Morse code and see if that makes it leave eventually.
Yeah, they could be tapping into your morsing.
Tracking the signal.
Track their IP with a visual basic interface.
Scanning and engaging.
Yes.
Is anyone hit by that?
No, it's a big distance away from us still, but still.
Okay. I need to get a bearing back to you guys. Where exactly did you guys head off?
Directly east.
It's Skelly, you still
No idea.
I mean, it's perfectly stationary to me right now. I could probably hit in the side of the canopy.
So they're gonna claim they took care of him.
He's flying away.
He was probably on a fire mission.
Let's not take down the Russian helo. They'll get even more pissy.
Yeah, no. If they
That's my point exactly.
if they I'm doing a sniper wolf's logic with this. If they
Yes,
take this
exactly.
out, I'm gonna send
Yeah,
Mi-28s, and those have
The violence is
those are pretty
escalating.
much Russian
Okay,
Apaches that
can we
will
get a regroup point somewhere?
murder
'Cause I have
people.
no
In the
idea where you
village,
guys are.
objective village.
These guys managed
You
to
guys are
evade this
back at the
patrol.
objective village?
No, the one to the east.
Copy, heading that way.
There's a house 300 meters away.
And the
from us.
next time there's
Bring it up.
contact, if they're able to plant those mines, I'll have to watch.
I think this town is where we need to be.
Yanni, you funny, stop.
Sorry?
Oh, yeah.
On the way. On the way. Solid copy. On the way.
Let's get that puppy back in its circle. Make sure her fuel's okay, because she will guzzle fuel a bit quicker than other helicopters.
So yeah, apparently the guerrilla base was hit here, so we need to go get some clues as to where they went from here.
I'm not sure if these
Let's
guys
take the
are
left of
looping
the
back
shall we?
around to deal with contact. So I think Havoc's going to be sent up as long as there is nothing else to be considered. I won't send anything over there, but the next group is going to be pretty heavy in terms of QRF, so I'm going to spawn them up here. That's something they can't spot from that position, but, you know, mining that MSR. I'll try to waypoint them down the MSR itself.
I was saying, if maybe push to the forest to the west, the southwest of the base, and try and get an overlook into it.
Copy that.
I'm at the first building.
So they've split apart, so it's a
guys
little
see the
difficult for me to manage two
building,
groups.
storage building.
You need to get the right in front of us.
I know. Hey, Undead or Tempest, do you want one of the GPS I have?
We'll
No,
see
no,
how things
I'm good.
go. Use the trees as hostages. But, excuse me, let me go over the issue
Well,
of
looks
why
like,
they can't loot
Battle
bodies.
Team got the objective with the trucks.
The,
They've also mined the MSR apparently.
so blue team got that. They didn't get the truck yet, though. They apparently mined the MSR, alright?
Alright, let's get in and try to find the whatever we can find.
If they planted them, I might have a tough time actually seeing it, so I'll,
Red spy in the base.
fucking references. I'll see what I can do with that. But basically, when you place units down mission side, sometimes the mission doesn't like it when you go into their inventory and pull units because it just doesn't. It doesn't let you. Your cursor gets stuck. So what I'll do instead is you can take their vest off and then drop all the stuff from the vest and then take it. So what I'll just do is I'll move all their stuff into vests, and then if I still need more room, I'll add a backpack. So I'll make it so the uniforms don't have anything, but all their stuff is on vests and backpacks. Because if I'm going to start doing more missions where I'm pre-placing units down so the mission runs things server side instead of on my client where the units run, then I'll have to
Right, I'm gonna continue,
you know, accommodate for that.
Yeah.
But how are you guys doing? After they hit this position, if you want me to go back to any of the background tasks or whatnot, just ask and I will. Because, again, this is just, because there's a lot of walking, I don't mind sharing the lore I made for this operational campaign. If anyone is curious. Also, I just realized I think I still have my units on the default 50-50 across, so...
Or south.
Yeah, I didn't do that. It's not going to affect too much, because threes with a small amount of people can handle it.
Does anyone else hear the shooting to the south?
No.
No, and we're
I'm
here.
dead sent last.
I think he's
Directly north,
mistaking
infantry,
washing machine.
enemy infantry inside the guerrilla base.
Fucking hell, that's been called out like 3 separate times.
I never heard.
Faction is Swedish.
Okay, there's guys in front of us, and in the building behind them there's more guys.
Those are Finns. Yeah, there's Finns.
Probably captured inside someone.
Watch these guys
just
because
tell
they
us how
have
we're
close
going.
on the patrols.
It's coming from the west side.
I'll let them get up to these rocks and I'll start speaking. Yeah, otherwise this position's secure. All I got is a document with some symbols on it, but I'm sure the Russians can figure this shit out. Kinda tired of doing this myself. Wait, hold up, Command. What did you call out? Well, shit, I mean, if they're hostile, you know the drill, guys. Contact! 3-4, this is 7. I need backup on my pause. Grid ref is 106. Ah, fuck.
I'm inside the building, we're clear.
Checking the next one over.
Calls for backup, we should be in and out quick.
Yep.
Let's get the document. Let's get the doc.
On the way.
Picking up intel.
I'm continuing. I'm going to continue the call out for support, giving a wrong position. Wait, one. To continue.
Right.
106066 requesting CAS support. MI-24 infantry in the forest.
Roger that. You sound a lot different than the previous guy. Over?
Previous guy got shot. I just grabbed the radio and continued word call for fire. I need that fire now. Requesting HE run west to east.
Roger, please confirm with your soldier ID. Over?
I'm going to pick up one of the IDs of the dead guy.
Dog tag. Yep, Athandios. No, Athanidios.
Angelos Nicolo 542-50-2631.
Oh.
Take the radio.
Roger,
back,
Nicolos, how was your birthday, by the way?
It was fantastic. Was able to celebrate with some beer. However, one of my buddies came over with some piss water.
Oh, that sucks. See, his birthday's in December.
No, you Americans drink his piss water.
Didn't you know that we weren't able to celebrate in December due to the corona?
Right. Good luck, insurgents.
Every single winter.
Good try, insurgent. QRF on its way.
QRF on its way towards us.
Cause that's I like doing stuff like that. Okay, it's fun. All right, let's get these two Vics to come up. I'm gonna have them go over the mines.
Copy that. Copy that. On the way. Roger. Solid copy.
I'm gonna have it go over the mined area.
On the way. Copy that. Roger. Roger. Copy.
Let's see, I gave a transport unload, right? Cool. So they got the intel. I deleted it because I forgot to set it to delete on pickup because I missed a checkbox. So I just deleted it manually. You know, it's fun to have those little interactions there. It makes it for the players.
Copy that. Copy that.
No, it's a helicopter. Get inside. Helicopter.
Yeah.
So yes, that was an engine then.
Well, fine. It's the scout chopper.
So if they shoot at this, it'll piss off.
Going west.
Ooh, these guys got to be careful. They're right next to a hostile patrol. I think they noticed. Yep, they're going prone.
Inferior weapon. Yes, I am.
It's something armored coming down to from the west.
Time to bolt it.
What? Let's go. Let's fuck off right off then.
No, how about no?
Yeah, I knew that was an engine. I heard.
Let me check on these Vics. Yeah, so they're tracked, so they like to drive off
right
road.
northeast through the trees.
I think it's an M113 and an MTLB.
Historically, these guys have MTLBs, but they
on the back. Inside of them.
Copy that. On the way. On the way.
could keep going. Meanwhile, these guys have avoided this patrol. They're going to continue on. So this patrol has this big circled area, so you know, it puts them
That's
a lot
truck,
closer.
Guys.
Yeah, that's a vehicle of some sort coming at us.
And
Which,
it didn't decide
country?
to offload.
Think we can hit it?
Choppers hovering above us.
Think we can hit the truck?
We can hit them all.
This doesn't have any, like the hatches would be bolted.
Do we wanna shoot at it though? Right now we could just fuck off.
On the way.
It stopped.
Wait, if we head
That's
straight
an M113,
east, we
not a
fuck
truck.
off.
That's an M113, not a truck.
Sounds like... Okay.
Who has the stick?
Love how they're trying to PID what it is.
We can still exit this. Let's just go northeast. Come on.
Yeah, they should get out. They shouldn't try to engage us because I got
We're
more
not going
coming.
out anywhere with
Because
that
if they
helicopter
attack
above
it, then the Mi-24 is just going to come back.
If we can take the M13, then that would be great.
But any
That
Vics
is
with
true.
open hatches, I'll let them steal.
Chopper has gone northwest.
But, like, you know, a
So
turned out
circle.
gunner or something.
If you circle, he's doing a long circle.
Right, let's bail out northeast.
Back in from the south.
Right on us! Right on us!
Shoot at it.
Oh!
No, we ought to set up for that. Those infantry coming.
Yeah, keep moving, keep moving.
Welcome. On the way.
Why are some of you chuckleheads in the water? Ah, yes, it's a good day for fishing, eh, Todd? Ah, I agree, Pip. The fish are... fishing. I don't fucking know.
Copy that.
Oh, he's gonna play, I don't want to follow your orders anymore. Well, Mr. Finnish dude, I'm not giving you a choice.
On the way. Solid copy.
Engine.
Where?
Behind us.
Towards where the shot
Northwest.
We should divert from this direction somewhere.
So yeah, they like to get stuck in the water.
You know what I could do is I could just spam this MR3000 with banana phone.
Engine incoming, high speed west.
I think I've said that like 4 times now. People listen.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's gaining on us pretty quick.
Oh. Well, they apparently mined it, so...
Ow, please.
On the way. On the way. Understood. Solid copy.
If it's mined, it'll
Oh, there
find
are
it.
vehicle
Otherwise,
marker as well.
yeah, I don't know where they put the mines. Yeah, these guys coming up to those gunshots.
Copy that. Understood. On the way.
Now I'm gonna have the chopper come back. Have a look-see. These guys swung around this squad. They're now trying to get to the Vic.
On the way.
Van Wolf, do you copy at all?
Roderick, come and look around.
Yeah, he went back and forth, so I don't know.
Well,
I'll try again, but if there's no boom, there's no
doesn't
boom.
know what's here. We're going to go the other way.
You know?
Oh,
I tested them.
get
They
away
do. If this runs over a mine, it does go boom.
We cross it here, go to the forest, and keep going east.
Well, we're gonna need to go northeast, so we have to cross it.
Not here. From forest into forest.
I just don't know where they put them. Maybe they didn't arm them. I don't know. But yeah, I'm running them up and down, so we'll just talk and debrief. We have Havoc Dan. I'm gonna take these two guys, copy and paste their kits real quick. Let's see if they're in their inventories. Yeah, I don't see them. This is the same guy. Yeah, so, I don't know. They're just not going off. We gotta hear that bit coming around.
Yeah, that was an M113 or something chasing us as well.
I'm sending them a carousel fire because I want to decide when they engage.
C is going to be hostile. If you see an MD500 that has no arms, if you shoot at it, it'll just fuck off. That is, there's scout vehicle. Or scout plane. Whatever.
Love how they're turned out. Yeah, if it's not gonna go off, I'm just gonna send it.
Welcome. Roger that.
I'm gonna teleport in between them, see if I can get their comms.
If it's coming for us, then.
Frost, you have another MR3000, right?
Yeah, I do.
We could send feedback to the enemy comms.
Please no, we're just gonna keep these in case we can maybe convert them somehow into our own radio.
Engine.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I like to use the dirt roads, but not the MSRs. It's weird.
That way.
The ASR that's next to us.
East. So let's just keep running then, okay.
I mean, we can't technically capture it if we get to the rear of it and open back and shoot the drone. I'm gonna done that before. So many troops inside of those, so they might dismount and just kill you. I see it. Yeah, eyes on. Wait, I was the fucking see a shoe on the buffer. Oh fuck no. Oh no. Oh yeah, it does. Oh no. Fuck no, the hatches are open. The hatches are just open. It's fine.
Yellow and red, this is blue. We are at the truck. Then the building it's in, we're gonna wait for that MTLBV to pass us by, and then we're gonna pull the truck out to the staging area.
MTLBV is going right past us right now.
Copy. Do you want us to come pick you up?
We're 600 meters to your southwest. We'll make our way to you.
MTLB's Finnish forces.
Yeah, MTLBV is probably gonna go and reinforce the place that we hit, so they're probably acting as QRF that way, so we'll be good.
Hey, firm. So you guys are gonna come rendezvous with us, and then we'll just I'll take the truck to the staging point.
Does any of you guys have Finnish radios? LRs?
That's a negative. We haven't taken contact yet here.
Okay, we have 2 of them, so we can utilize them.
So getting some LRs. Nim and Temp, I think, are talking in local about that.
Contacted like every place we went to.
Now we wait.
Alright, another engine northeast of us.
Are you guys in the truck right now?
It's not a truck, it's another one of those things. From what I can hear.
Something trapped, yeah.
So the MTLBT, whatever.
Red and yellow, do I have an ETA on you?
300 meters out.
We're currently at 122057 keypad 8.
Gonna fancy outcast with the GPS.
Are they gonna try to ambush it?
Copy. FYI, we still hear that MTLVV. There is a squad somewhere in this town we haven't taken out.
I know the Vic headed this way from the east.
Yeah, the MT is right southeast of us, moving south.
Random, I know. It's why it's putting a little in the future. It's just
yeah, it's probably following the road. Everybody who's around the road can fuck off from it.
Yeah, so these guys narrowly evading this with defilade. That's actually really cool.
Or do I just let it go?
Let it go.
Let it go.
Please never do that again.
Hey, firm. Well, Blue's gonna wait here for you. Just get here as quick as you can. Reminder, there is an enemy squad somewhere in the town that hasn't been taken out.
Chances are we'll probably have to hit them.
She's right there. I love working with small groups of people because you can really focus on that cinematic stuff.
Okay.
We're inside the town now.
So these guys are coming in. I don't want to drop a Scud on them, not yet. 3 CVFX Scud HE, yeah, that's something you don't want to do. Tempesta losing connection.
I'm here with Temp and he's losing connection, so where the fuck you guys go?
Northeast, marker trucker here.
Try to pick up us. Actually, able to come back for his body.
This is High. I took a copy paste of him before he DC'd, so I can either use that to make his kit if he doesn't come back, assuming you all survive and he would just survive with you, or you can loot his body. It's up to you.
Right on them.
About 100 meters.
You guys hear that?
We use the placements.
Looks like he's coming back, so I've got that kit next to staging point, so I'll just have him grab it and then teleport it back to you guys. Does that sound good?
Yep.
I wish I could smash this window. Why not?
Hey, Temp, real quick, when you get back in, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There's going to be a dead body, which is a copy of you before you disconnect it outside. Grab everything of it, then let me know when you want the TP, and I'll TP you when I get a chance, okay?
Alright, wonderful, thank you.
No problem. Because, you know, it would suck if you went through a few firefights, got a few custom guns, and, you know, everything you wanted, only to then lose it to random disconnects. Because Arma is filled with random disconnects. Especially if you have dodgy internet and stuff. I would say I get a disconnect once a month.
Where did you see?
It's to the east. About 100 meters moving around. It's probably following that road into the town. It might cut back to our south soon.
Yeah, patrol's coming
So if
down.
we take the truck north now, we might be able to get away, right?
Why are we heading north?
To circumvent the patrol and then head back south.
Do I kill the AI? Oh god.
Try and find him. Wherever she is.
Red dot is the southern extent of the enemy patrol route. We saw that during our ingress. We should be able, once we get everyone here, we should be able to head straight out south that road, cut across the field, and then get headed cross country to the east.
Are we supposed to go back to the staging point?
Well, I mean, we still got two things we could do. I don't know, and I assume the staging point is where we save, based on what's on map.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you guys want the short version or the info on the cache?
Right to the east.
What?
Patrol on road, beside us. Copy last.
So how long do you think the Russians are going to have us circle our own damn cities? Ah, you know, they think it's better for us to do that instead of them. I mean, if it had us on, then, you know, the civvies are less likely to freak out.
Did that? Can you fucking not?
Yeah, but...
Coming towards us.
Hang on, is that door slightly open? Yeah, no, it looks kind of open. Yeah, I as the AI am walking up there, not some sort of remote-controlled unit. I have no idea why I'm walking up to this door, but... I don't know. Looks kind of suspicious. What? Hey, Frank, did you just throw something? He literally just started walking up there. Like, I'll try to tip it off because something like that's super cheese in my opinion. You know, walk up to a partially open door. I get the checking it out, though. But it's like... I've never seen the AI just go off ramp like that.
On the way.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just literally started going off to that corner, and I have no idea why. I think it was, I don't think it was VCOM. I think it was that he did a call out and said attack that rifleman, so the guy just started walking up to, their position, which is why he was going to do a walk around and do that, so they tossed a grenade out instead. So if it's something meta like that, then I'll try to hint at that. Because, you know, again, I don't want them to be mad at me, and I don't want them to lose their fun. I'm going to say these guys were close enough to hear it. They're going to call in for backup. And in a town like that, we're going to have all units converge.
I thought the idea was we were all going back to the staging area and then moving on one of the other objectives to the east, because we got the mines and mined the road.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to go ask about
Two more
those
seats at the
mines.
front.
And I guess do some server-side testing.
Someone giving me instructions.
Like, it cannot get any more retarded than that. Yeah, they belong to that one.
On the way. On the way.
So I'm gonna be... no, because they can get shot. If they make it, they make it. Otherwise, I'm gonna meet them at the staging point. Because this is meant to be a test run, I want to fix those other issues, but... Here, I want to get rid of my, yeah, so it didn't copy my loadout for whatever reason. That's interesting enough. I guess the read-in must have glitched then. I can just throw some stuff on. But I think I'm going to have them index it when they get back, and we can set up, you know, those things for next week. Because it's about 4:30, we've been playing this for about an hour, I just need to find some more time to get this. Chad, so Chads are the informants. I thought that would be a funny little Easter egg. Every time there's an informant, he'll be wearing the Chad uniform. Fluffers is also going to make a debut somewhere in this campaign, but we'll get there when we get there. Hey guys, you on net?
Yep.
Alright, I'm back at the staging point. For the sake of time, you know, because I want to give this like about an hour to see, you know, do a dry run to make sure everything was working fine. Can I ask that you RTB? In the future, the missions I'll probably allow for like 2 hours for these, but, you know, I'd rather get some of the issues like the uniforms and stuff fixed. I'll explain why that's happening and how I can fix it, but I also want to get your feedback and 2 cents on this, so...
Yeah, run away.
Okay.
Cool, see you there. Because again, this is a dry run. But I think it went pretty well. I'm doing alright, Forge. Had a good test run for something today. And with that informant, there's going to be a little more revealed up here. And I'll also reveal the Russian airfield. There'll be a few things I reveal creatively. So things will be unblacked out on the map. Yeah, Beppis in World War I. Yep, we're going to start World War I ops tomorrow, too, Zeus-wise. So, that'll be something interesting.
I'm treading so hard right now.
But also, you know, I do have to go to my DND stuff. Apparently Yanni's drunk, that's cute. But none of these objectives don't, like if the raid docs was going to
I've done very well, thank
change, then...
I'm a functional drunk.
He says as he drives into a dead end.
I was thinking once you drive into the lake.
But I'm not gonna change.
You're a towel.
That you're a towel.
Wanna get hot?
Yeah, so I gotta ask about the mines, talk about the kits and why that happened. I'll give him a little bit of lore intel. we'll start that off next mission. And then I gotta copy and paste their kits and spend some time doing some Arma exploring, but I'm not gonna stream that. We're gonna do our debrief in op. Yeah, they let the drunk guy drive. Welcome to TSB. Nah, get in the garage, so in case their scout aircraft come, they don't spot this and try to take it.
Ah, no, Ben.
Nah, we're good.
Let me out.
Alright. So if you guys want, feel free to pile out here, and I'll address a few things. We're going to have a debrief in-house. And first off, let me give everyone a heal.
It looks like you need a heal.
Yeah, I accidentally let my foot get run over, so I'm now going to copy and paste everyone, put them behind us, so this is all your kits. And then if I double click, I got your names on each one, because I almost forgot for a second how I do copy that over, so I'll make all those into spawnable kits for next op, which is why I want to do the debrief in-game, so you guys can spend the rest of your day doing whatever, and I'll be working on that for another 20 minutes. So, a few things. First off, I think it was Bad Wolf that planted the mines. Can you mark exactly where you put those mines for me? While you do that, I am going to...
5 mines total.
Yeah, like on the road?
On the road, strung out enough spacing that no mine
One
will
thing we noticed wasn't
other
that
off.
it wasn't ace.
And staggered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, like, so what was that about the mine? Because that's actually important. Please tell me.
Was it not ace mines?
They weren't ace mines.
But they were anti-tank mines, right?
They were AT mines, but they were not.
Okay, I know what I did. I think I gave the there were 2 options for AT mines. I gave you the wrong type of mine that I tested because I drove the there were 3 MTLBs total that came in to reinforce. After you mined it, there were 2 more that came down, and because when I look on my screen, they look like vanilla Apers mines. So I think I gave you the ones that were glitched out. That is my bad. So I'll just reflect that with the proper mine next time. So again, something slipped through the cracks. Because I literally turned one of the MTLBs around and drove it up and down the road where you marked 5 times to try to get to hook off. But I'm pretty sure it's just glitched out. So that's on me, but it's kind of... I'm not going to say why, but it is kind of good that those did not go off. Because, you know, you've been... Well, we'll get to it when we get to it. Anyway, in terms of uniforms not being able to be looted off of the bodies, if you ever run into that, that usually means the squad was spawned in the mission file and was basically pre-made, and I'm going to be doing that a lot more, but to compensate, I'll be taking anything that's in their uniform and making sure their uniforms are empty and it's all in their vests and backpacks. That way you actually have to physically like take their vest and backpack, then you can drop everything out that you want to take, and then take that while grabbing your vest or backpack back. That's the compromise there. So I'll have to fix all my AI for that, but that won't be too hard. I'll roll over those mine placements, cool. And I've got your kits on the truck. So how'd you guys like it?
I liked
Good.
it.
It's fun.
I enjoyed it, yeah, it was good fun.
So you did find the informant, so more of the map will be revealed. I've also come back with some intel. I've got, as I told my chat, I've got 4 different arcs for, you know, things that can happen. Most of these ops will be T3. However, you might have T2 vets or even the rest of the player base come in to be additional forces. Fun fact, the Finnish army has 8 active T-55s for demining, but they're also fully workable tanks. So one of the story arcs will be to go loot those and use them against the Russians. You might also notice next week that some patches of the blacked out map will be unpatched. That's because I now know where a few Russian positions are that when we get to them, we'll be able to deal with them. There'll be like little tasks that come up that have intel on them. But intel will change week to week, both in the briefing and in the tasks themselves. Also, I might vary how some tasks are done, have more intel on it depending on what you do. But for the sake of this week, next week, since I'm cutting a little bit short because I want to, you know, tweak a few things, the stuff at the raid docks and the cache at the island will stay the same. Also, next week will be a mission to rescue some rebels because, as you found, they were missing from the Guerrilla base, and I happen to now know where they are after talking to my friend. So, I'm just going to go down the list here, so everyone can speak, you know, thoughts and comments. Again, make sure you're on yelling. So we're going to start at my left. Undead, you got anything to say?
Yeah, it was fun. So.
All right. Back in black.
Fun up. Good frames.
Chicken.
Good up. No comment.
Skelly.
Some of the Finnish had 10 rounders.
Yes, all of the Finns' rifles have 10 rounders. We're going to learn later on, as I add more to the plot, that a lot of the army is actually demilitarized because they don't want the military turning on the Russians. So all of their rifle mags were 10 rounds. That's just one of the examples. That's why they also have those shitty MTLBs instead of a more modern APC they could have. So it's all by design.
I was thinking they were BMPs when I was hearing them.
Yep. But you could Google the Finish's current military arsenal, and I'm literally just copy pasting from that.
Yeah, we have MTLBs, quite a lot of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Liru, the intel I found, that's what you're basing on where we know the ripples are at?
No, that is something that, thank you for bringing that up, that would be handed to me. I know what to do with it, and we'll find out more about that next stop.
Now, I have to ask, is the symbols that you have here, is that Finnish, or is it just, like...
It is, it's a symbol, like, think hieroglyphics or something. It's something that the rebels would understand, that the Russians nor Finnish would understand.
Okie dokie. Well, I have that now, so I can give it to you. Here.
Thank you. Frost.
Good frames, good op, fun op. Next.
Bad Wolf.
Got nothing.
Havoc Dan.
I threw a Bergen in the truck. That's the only thing I'll say.
Alright, I'll try to remember that. It's in there. Nimia.
Good fun up. Had fun. Yeah. More.
Tempestal. He's just nodding his head. Alright, yeah, he's too cool for me. Outcast.
Sorry, I was muted. My bad.
Outcast is AFK. Keck. Nemesis.
I'm
good.
I'm
Good
not
up.
AFK.
Okay, speak.
Tempest started stalking. Just make sure the bodies are lootable.
Yep,
Specifically the uniforms.
Yep, we addressed that.
And Yanni will say, get up, had fun. I really like the Finnish maps because they look so good. It just feels like home.
Yeah, because you are Finnish. Nemesis, last but not least.
Well, good up. Liked it.
Alright. So, yeah, again, I'll be trying to allocate 2 hours. It'll probably be from around 3-ish to 5-ish. But otherwise, should be A-okay. Might have to cut it short a few days, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I got everything I need, guys. Feel free to disconnect. Again, hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys next week.
Okie dokes.
Yeah.
Alright, and for the stream, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. I gotta now roll over all their kits and stuff. And otherwise, cheers, have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow for some other stuff. Take care.